Hi, my name is Rudi. Welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be kind of fun to do this video in hopes that it would make me feel better because I was set to go on vacation with my husband and a couple friend of ours to Grayton Beach / Santa Rosa, Florida, and Hurricane Sally came in literally at the exact same time. So we were only able to stay there for a few days and then we evacuated. Of course, I had fully packed my travel essentials, my camera. I had fully planned on doing a get ready with me on the beach, talking about my skincare, talking about some of the sunscreens that I use, and you know, that clearly didn't happen. So I thought the next best thing would be to go over what was in my travel makeup bag. We'll do a little bit of a get ready with me. We'll talk about 2020. We'll talk about some skincare, and let's just chill. Grab your coffee and let's enjoy the day before I head to go to Trader Joe's and Home Goods to try and fill the void of a beach. All right, so I'm just gonna go based on whatever's in this bag. I'm not grabbing anything extra. I packed this like a week and a half ago for this trip, so I'm not really 100% sure of what's in here, and I'm probably not gonna follow every single step because my skin is looking pretty good. I got a little bit of a tan while I was in Florida for just those couple days, so I'm probably gonna skip my coverage step and go straight to concealing. Although, I have to say, my under eyes when I wake up are so bad. I feel like they are blue and they're so like puffy. And all I do for puffy under eyes is use the Pixi Under Eye Detoxify. I'll put a picture of them somewhere. And then I use a steel roller. I talked about that in my morning skincare routine. I can link that up above. But I use a steel roller under my eyes and it does a pretty good job. But I feel like along with the really sallow under eyes, I also have really, really active tear ducts. Like my eyes are constantly watering no matter what I do. So if you have any tips on that, please let me know. The first thing that I'm going to use while we're talking about Pixi is the Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. I have used this for years and it is one of the only things that seems to make a difference with my dark under eyes. So 2020, man, it's not been kind to me. I'm sure it's not been kind to a lot of you guys as well, but it's just been a really rough year for me. Also, sorry about the lighting changes. I'm just right in front of a window here. Clearly not paying that much attention to it. So I know that I have mentioned my husband to you guys on this channel quite a bit. His name is Rudi, and we were set to be married originally on May 2nd of this year. I'm just kind of tapping that out. And obviously, you know, we picked that date last year, and we're getting married in Nashville, which is where we live. Okay, next I'm going in with this tiny ass Tarte Hydro Sealer. I got this as like 100 point perk, but it's perfect for traveling, and this is in shade 25S, light medium sand. So we got engaged in May of 2019 in Croatia, which is where my family is from, and my mom's family. And we were so excited for our wedding. I went on my bachelorette party to Miami on March 6th of this year, which was like right at the beginning of everything starting to kick up with, you know, COVID. Right when we went, it was like the first case in my city had started, and so no one was like really taking it seriously. You guys remember, like we were all like, oh, we're fine, somehow thinking we were invincible to it, knowing that obviously that wasn't the case. And by the time I came back, things were like getting pretty bad. The weekend I came back from my bachelorette party, a tornado tore through Nashville and tore up my neighborhood, and you can literally see a picture of it on my Ring camera. I'll try and include it somewhere here. Terrifying. My husband and I actually slept through this tornado somehow. My mom thought we were dead. It was this big thing. It was crazy. So while the virus is starting to kick up all over the country and our neighborhood and city is destroyed by a tornado, we're not really able to do anything to help because we're not supposed to be around people. That was just a really hopeless feeling because this is where I live and it's the people that I love, and luckily no one I knew was hurt, but a lot of businesses that I care about and go to were destroyed in the tornado, and it was just a really hard time in Nashville already, and then to be going through the pandemic at the same time, it was just not good. So at this point, Reed and I were trying to determine if we should cancel our wedding or if we should postpone it or what we were gonna do, because obviously we don't want anyone getting sick and we don't want to get sick. Like, we've been taking the pandemic very seriously. So we decided to postpone our wedding from May to October, which was about 6 months down the road. And we felt pretty good about that decision. I'm gonna go in and set my eyes with this tiny travel size Laura Mercier translucent. It only has 3 holes, so it kind of takes a lot to get the powder out. So we felt pretty good about the choice to move it, and you know, at the time we didn't know how long it was gonna last into the year. And I think we all kind of know now that it's a lot longer than we thought. Around the same time, my mom, who is a nurse at a veterans hospital, hi Mom, I know you're watching this. She watches all my videos and comments on them. She got the virus. She is a nurse and she's in the line of fire every day, and she works with people who are at risk, and she's healthy as a horse, and I, you know, was worried about her, but she is very strong and was like, whatever, I got this. But it was really scary. It happened in mid-March, April, and that was when, you know, we were still trying to figure out what it did to you and how different people handled it, and it was really scary. So at that point, you know, there was a tornado in my neighborhood. We had to move our wedding, and my mom was sick. And then the next week, Reed's whole family got the virus. Okay, I'm going in with this mini Hourglass bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. It's so pretty. Emily Noel just did a haul, and she got this one, and it looked totally different than mine. It looked way lighter. Mine is mostly the darker shade, which I like. I wouldn't have wanted it if it was a lot lighter. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. complexion brush, which is like the perfect shape for bronzer. Anyways, just to let you guys know, my mom is fine, Reed's family is fine, but it was very, very scary for a little while there, and we were really stressed. Luckily, both of us kept our jobs. Financially, we were fine, but, you know, mentally, we were very stressed and upset. And that was when the, you know, lockdown and the quarantine really picked up, where it was like, really, you shouldn't be seeing anyone. So we were just the 2 of us for, you know, probably a month. And during that time, we were like, we still want to get married. Like, we don't care. We obviously want our friends and family to be there eventually, but like, we still want to get married, and we just want to do it and have our day and be happy. Especially because during all of this, it's like, you want to be legally bound to someone. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, you want to have someone there when you're sick that can make decisions for you, and, you know, we really wanted to. So we basically pulled every string we could to get our marriage license from the county clerk office, even though it was closed. We made an appointment, got our license, and somehow found someone who would marry us that was a friend of a coworker, and like, we didn't know him at all, which was kind of good because both of our families were not going to be there because they were sick. So it was like, we would rather just be us 2 and a photographer and just like have it be our day. Okay, next I'm going to go in with this mini. Guys, minis are the absolute best. I'm all about minis. Like, I know I've done minis in this entire thing, but honestly, like, a lot of my makeup is minis already. This is the Lip and Cheek in Quickie, and it's just so pretty. I think this would be stunning on dark skin. Are you kidding me? If you have dark skin, go buy this now. It's $15, the mini. Like, you will not regret it. I also think it's beautiful on light to medium skin. I think on light, like fair skin, probably wouldn't look super great because it is pretty dark and it's a berry color, but it is also very pretty on the lips, so maybe you do want to buy it. Moral of the story, go buy this. I'm going to apply it with this Eco Tools brush. It's freaking huge. It's technically a bronzer brush. I clearly need to clean it. And I just apply it directly to the brush instead of directly to my face because I don't like that. I have a whole video on cream makeup. If you're interested, I can link that up above. So anyways, we get everything ready, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a wedding dress. Like, my wedding dress that I bought months ago is still being, you know, it's still at the seamstress because I told her that we moved our wedding to October. And so we kind of decided, like, all right, I'm just gonna buy a random dress online and go from there. Okay, I think I put too much on. Classic. That's like one of the comments I get all the time. It's like, why do you put so much blush on your nose? I'm like, I don't know, it just happens. I bought a wedding dress from Lulu's. I'm gonna put some pictures from our wedding within this part of the video just so you guys can see it. And I'm not kidding you, I got so many freaking compliments on this dress. Like, people were loving it, especially other Corona brides, which I thought was so funny because it was $33 from Lulu's, like literally. And it didn't fit me and I had to like hem it myself with hemming tape. It was really stupid. I feel like I shouldn't have done that, and now I have some patchiness. Hold please. Okay, that's better. She's very pink today. She's very red, but that's okay because I have a little bit of sunburn, so it's fine. So my friend Brooke took pictures for us, and honestly, guys, it was like the best day ever. Reed went golfing during the day with his friends. My bridesmaids made me a video, and it was so freaking sweet. I cried all morning. This is the Tarte Glow Wand in the shade Alight, and this is, you guessed it, a mini, and I freaking love this. It's similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless, but maybe a little bit brighter. So I'm just gonna put that on the high points of the face. It was the best day ever. We got married in a park that we used to meet at when we were dating, and it's also where we got our engagement pictures taken. So it just made sense for us to get married there. And of course it was beautiful. It was like one of the first days of the summer that it wasn't like a million degrees. It was like 80, sunny, which kind of made me sad actually, because I was like, oh, I should be at my wedding where it would be perfect out, because our wedding was gonna be outdoors. And so that was like a happy and sad situation, which that's why I have this tattoo here. I got this during quarantine. It's from a Casey Musgrave song, and it's just a sentiment for my life, but also everything that's going on right now. Like, happy and sad is just the way I've been feeling about everything. Like, I got married and I got a puppy, but I've had to miss my wedding, and my mom got sick, and you know, lots of ups and downs right now. So she's looking red and glowy. I'm just applying way too much stuff right now, but it's fine. I mean, Trader Joe's is not gonna care. So the day was perfect, and we actually went to a lake house afterwards for our little mini moon, and it was really sweet. But while we were there was like hurricane force winds that came through Nashville, of course, which makes no sense. We lost power. It was a whole thing, but we still had a lot of fun. So we are married. And during that time, in the past few months, we decided to push our wedding again. So now we are not having our celebration until 2021, fall of 2021. So it's a lot of stuff, basically starting from scratch, planning 3 weddings, 4 technically if you count the one that I actually had. And you know, it can be stressful. All right, next I'm going in with, I brought 2 things. I brought this Glossier Skywatch in the shade Palm, which I'm not like a huge fan of, or the Color Tattoo in High Roller. I'm gonna use that. Sorry, this video is gonna be really long. We were married and life was pretty good. No one was getting super sick. Rita and I never got sick. And we've just kind of been living life since then. Although we are good friends with another couple who had the same situation and had to get their wedding moved. Shout out to Erica. She's one of my bridesmaids and best friends. And she also watches all my videos, so love you. Their family has a house on the beach in Florida, and so she was like, we should just go sort of as like our honeymooners for a week. Erica and I took off a week of work. We headed to Florida on Friday of last week, and the first 3 days were awesome. Okay, I'm going in with my Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I have a whole review of a bunch of Ilia products on my channel if you are interested. This stuff makes you look like you have a lash lift, in my opinion. So we went down Friday. It was so beautiful and awesome, and the beach was so nice. And my husband is like a huge water person, so he was just like dying to get in the water every day. And I looked at the radar one day and I was like, looks like there's a, sorry, this is my mirror. I was like, look like there's a tropical storm coming for us. And everyone was like, it'll be fine. Like, this happens all the time. It's like a rainy place. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Sounds good. You know, 2 days later, it starts raining and suddenly there's a hurricane headed straight for us. Hurricane Sally. I'm gonna go in and kind of brush these through here. I just have these spoolies that I like keep with me all the time because I find that they're so useful for so many things. So anyways, Hurricane Sally was heading right for us. So we woke up on Tuesday and we were like, all right, what do we do? There is a hurricane heading towards us and there's a tornado watch, and we're all from Nashville. And so we're like you know, very cautious about tornadoes now ever since what happened in March. We just kind of made a decision. We were like, look, if we go, we have to go now because it's going to be here in a few hours. And if we don't go now, we're going to have to stay. So we decided to leave, and it was really hard and sad because we had just gotten there and spent like 10 hours driving, which sucked. We just turned around and basically outran a hurricane going home. 2020, am I right? Just got home yesterday, and that's really it. You're caught up to speed now. Here I am doing my makeup. I'm about to go to Trader Joe's and buy all of the fall stuff, which there's so much right now. I can't wait. And I'm going to go to Home Goods because that's what makes me feel better in life. And I bet you guys agree with that. I feel like I've talked to so many of you who have had a similar experience with their wedding. Like, you were supposed to get married this year and didn't happen. And I just know I feel for you. And there are so many other couples going through it at the same time. So if you guys have any questions or if you want to just talk about it, I'm totally here for you. You know that I answer all my comments. So happy to talk to you about it. If I could give a piece of advice, it would be to still get married anyways. Like, find a way and do it. Have the party later, because it's just invaluable to have that experience with your person, husband, wife, whoever. Next, I'm going in with the Glossier Boy Brow in Brunette. I also, while we're wrapping up here, I'm almost done, wanted to quickly talk about like the skincare industry right now and how things are just like incredibly overwhelming. And that's coming from someone who makes skincare content on the internet. I feel like it's turned into something that is stressful now, and it's causing people to feel stressed about their skin because they're so overwhelmed. I'm actually planning a whole video on this because I think that my niche in YouTube when it comes to skincare is just talking about commentary about skincare basically. And I want to talk about how overwhelming it can be and sort of tips on how to navigate skincare media and the industry and what to listen to and what to avoid. But it's just become such a place of like, if you do this, you're wrong. If you do this, you're right. If you don't do this, well, what about this? Like, literally to the point where people are arguing about witch hazel and like if it's good or bad for you. And like, it's like, you know what? Everyone's different. And we'll get into this in the video, but it's like, you have to listen to yourself, and it's just become such a judgmental place. And it's because I think everybody is in quarantine and like not wearing makeup, and so we have to find another way to like get our fix. Like we need an outlet, and it's just turned into skincare, which is great for like my channel and stuff like that. But I just feel like people are overwhelmed, and I can feel overwhelmed from it too at this point. So I just want to go over that and really talk about it with you guys, because I just think it's not healthy mentally the way that we're talking about skincare right now. Okay. Only a few more things. I want to go in with one of these Ilia Balmy glasses. I've talked about these so much, especially in my monthly favorites videos. I have like a coral shade and a more purple shade. I'm going to go with the purple one today because I'm going with like a little bit of a berry cheek here. These are amazing. I recommend them to everyone. They are expensive, but to me, worth it. So pretty and summery, and this color could be great for fall as well. So anyways, keep an eye out for that video. It's coming soon. Also, you know, let me know what you guys are wanting from this channel. Like, I have so many interests in the beauty space. Like, I love makeup, skincare, really big mental health person. I just have so much that I would love to share with you guys, but I want to know what you want to talk about. I do have a few videos coming up, one of them being a Korean skincare video, things that are good with tretinoin, which I think will be really helpful for a lot of people, because honestly, the truth is the skincare in Korea is just way ahead of the game, and they know what they're doing. The very last thing I'm going to do is go in with this tiny little Freck Beauty and add some fake freckles because I think they look really cute with a tan. I also talked about this in my monthly favorites video, and I literally just do like a couple of dots and then I'll pick it up like once or twice. I'm still trying to get the hang of this and like figure out how close or far to put them apart from each other. I also wanted to try out the Colourpop version of this, but it has been sold out forever, which I know it's hard like to make stuff during a pandemic. I'm sure that they're like, you know, they've got a smaller budget, but that's why I bought this. And speaking of Colourpop, I also did buy their Soul Body, the bronzing balm that is supposed to be a dupe for the Chanel bronzer. I just wanted to see how it would perform, Hasn't come in yet, and it hasn't even shipped, so it's probably going to be a while before that comes out, but I did talk about it in my buyer buy recently. I can link that as well. I think that's all I'm going to do. You can't really see them, but honestly, I feel like that looks way more natural than ones that, where you see all the dots, you know. Nothing against that. I just prefer a more natural look. And that is the look for today. It's really natural and simple, and I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. I know this is sort of a new style of video. If you're interested in more chit chat videos, or you want to learn more about me personally, I'm happy to make those videos. I just don't know if you guys are interested, so let me know. All right, I'm going to Trader Joe's, and also let me know if you want a video on Trader Joe's. I know that's not really something I normally do, but I feel like I always have the best way of finding the best products at Trader Joe's. So I'll talk to you guys really soon. Love you guys. Bye.